Hello, tiny people at home. What we started to do here was look at the test, and I will send this video to the people whose test I already have. If you still don't have the test handed in, clearly I can't send you the answers and the explanation of them. So this is going to go out a few at a time. Really, really, really busy day today, but I'll try to get this. I've got to upload it and upload it to YouTube and then get it put out in an email. And I really don't have a free period till way after lunch. So if you will, put up with that for a little bit and I'll try to get it to you as quickly as possible. Okay. You can shut that back off. Let's go. Focus up now. All right. Dates. There's still some of you guys who are getting 5 and 6 of the dates wrong. And those are just giving me the numbers. Come on, guys. Those are free points. You have the sound, honey? Okay. 4. The explanation of dates. When I give you the date and you have to give the explanation, it must be full and complete. For example, 1619 is not first slaves. There were slaves in ancient times. It would be the first African slaves brought to the English colonies in North America. Okay, so you have to have all of the information. Oh, we're having a politically correct crisis. I can't say Columbus discovered America because that's such an insult to natives. Oh my gosh. If we shot off a rocket today, we shot off a rocket and it went to the other side of the moon and there was a little tiny planet there. And we got on it and there were people. Would we say the first person that got there discovered that planet? Or would we say, no, the people that were already there had discovered it? It doesn't even make any sense. We're talking about from the European point of view. I mean, to the Europeans, this was a discovery. They didn't know it was there. The rest of the world didn't know it was there. And suddenly somebody came around. Remember what I said about discoveries? Discoveries mean you have to tell other people about it. If Hallie discovers the cure to cancer today and doesn't say anything about it, and 30 years later, Riley discovers the same thing and she publishes it and people know and people get better, everyone's going to say she discovered the cure. So it's all about letting the world know. Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, everybody look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Stern words. The 2 most misspelled words, this test, by far, and I hate to tell you this, but this first one, there were at least 20 of you who misspelled the word off. O-F, off. Okay, guys, that's of. O-F. F is off. If you look at your spelling words, I'm sure a few of you missed off in this room because there were so many people who did it. That's just writing too quickly, not taking a glance at what you've written. The other one was two. All right, you got the 3 2s. T-W-O, that's an easy one. You don't usually mix that up. That's 1 2. That's a number. 2, T-O, is toward. He went to the store. T-O-O is more than, excessive, comparative. He was too old to dance the jig. That kind of thing. All right, what else do we got here? We have. Oh, yeah, we're still doing the capital letter thing. You can't make a capital looking letter and leave it the same size as the lower cases. In the case of states, I took off 1 point for about every 2 or 3 of those this time. Next time they're just spelled wrong. Okay, so if you say, well, I just insist on writing the letters incorrectly, well, you got to pay for that, kids. All right, here we go. Let's run down through the answers. This Congress was the most radical. Hit it, babe. Second Continental Congress. B. John Dickinson offered a last conciliatory gesture. Hey, okay, the Green Mountain Boys, James, came from where? Vermont. This was where the shot heard around the world was fired, Sawyer. Number 4, sorry, let's go, babe. What's the answer? Lexington. B. All right, Omar, back on back. The British evacuated Boston when Washington received captured cannon. An interesting thing was there's a lot of people that gave me, for example, he put the cannon in Massachusetts. If you're talking about An example of land, power, religion. It's got to be a specific action. And just putting the cannon in Massachusetts, or you want to put a cannon on a hill, you need to give me more detail. You have the chance before the test to get your example, so make sure you know. Okay, let's see who's back there. Abdulram. You may. Washington was chosen to command because.
He had both qualities A and B.
Yes, he did have both qualities A and B. Number 7 back there, Claire Bear. What strategic river flows through New York?
And the Hudson River.
The Hudson River, big letter A. Okay, and B. Because of the defense of its leading city, South Carolina is called the Palmetto State, big B. All right, the Battle of Bunker Hill was fought on, Gustav. Breeds Hill, letter C. Another name for a colonial Tory is a loyalist, B. All right, now, reading. You have to look for what the words say. What did I ask you? At their strongest, approximately how many British troops were present in America to fight against the revolution?
50,000.
50,000. I didn't say how many British troops and mercenaries. I said how many British troops. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Annalise Bay. Fill us in. Big Tom, Thomas Jefferson. What word describes a soldier who fights for money, not patriotism or a cause? A mercenary. Okay, guys, we use that as a vocabulary word, and that was probably the next most frequently misspelled word. And when you misspell them, I have to write them on the paper there, so I probably wrote that again about 20 times. Please, if it's a vocabulary word, know how to spell it. All right, which side were masters of field and forest? The Americans or the Patriots. You could use either one. Can't just say the colonists, because remember they're, well, colonists actually, but arguably reasonable. Okay, but that wasn't the side. All right, which group within the Continental Army was welcomed, then asked to leave, then welcomed to join again?
The blacks.
Blacks, African Americans. Lots of people put down slaves, but many who joined the Continental Army were free African Americans. Therefore, slaves wasn't exactly accurate. We actually talked about that when we went over it. Okay, what was the decisive Patriot victory which brought France in as an ally? Gustav? Saratoga. Who was the Connecticut captain noted for saying, I only regret I have but one life to lose for my country? Nathan Hale. Near which holiday did the Battle of Trenton take place? Christmas. Which British admiral was General Howe's brother? Admiral Howe. No, Admiral is his title. If you have General Howe, his brother is Admiral Howe. His brother was Richard. The Admiral was Richard. But I didn't need Richard. I just needed Admiral Howe. Do you have a question, son?
When you were showing that up on the board, you said you wrote this in your body.
What is it? Well, this was a free point. Did you get it wrong? Okay.
I got it wrong.
You should have gotten it wrong.
I wrote surgeon.
I put sir because I didn't know the answer.
Sir.
William is the general.
I wrote Sir Howe.
Did I get a point?
Yeah, you can all see me afterwards if you get it wrong. Okay, let me see here. Yes. You have a question?
Yes.
Yes. What is it?
Okay. Isn't there a school named a high school named Nathan Hill?
Yes. All right, let's see here. Who introduced the Resolution for Independence adopted by the Second Continental Congress? Richard Henry Lee. All right. When you run you down through this, there's so much you could put in here. It says answer in complete sentences. So if you see SF circled there, sentence fragment. Some of you guys really like to answer as if the question is part of your sentence that you're writing. Being there first. Well, if somebody just walked up to you and said, being there first, would you have any idea what they were saying? What was Joe's advantage in finishing the race? Being there first. But being there first isn't a separate sentence. Okay, this is all the stuff you could have put in there if you really wanted to get into details. You should have mentioned Benedict Arnold was coming with 200 American soldiers. You should have talked about the brother, and I know you guys, again, basking in political correctness, which is the age you live in, but so afraid to say the word imbecile or idiot or whatever. And I completely understand that, but it wasn't mental disease. That's not what that is. When somebody is slow, that's not mental disease. All right, so don't go to something that feels safe. Figure out what the right word is. Honestly, I think the proper term now, or last time I heard, was maybe intellectually challenged, but I don't care. You may use the word that describes it. Okay, and his brother was captured, and he and his brother were captured, and he was isolated. This fellow wasn't very smart. He was told the plan that Arnold's army was bait in a trap. He escaped, in quotation marks, because it's practically let him go. He escaped and told St. Ledger about the plan. St. Ledger's Indians left. Arnold's troops and St. Ledger's troops fought a battle at Oriskany, and then St. Ledger retreated back to the Lake Ontario for lack of men. All right. If you didn't have all that, but you got the general gist of it, that was okay. I'm just going to jump ahead a second because there are some of those places where you guys would talk about 3 or 4 generals like Cornwallis being trapped, and some of you just never mentioned George Washington or Lafayette or Rochambeau or de Grasse or Cornwallis. You just said the British went out on the peninsula and Americans strapped them. That was just hopelessly incomplete. All right, what's Benedict Arnold most known for? Really, pretty much what I was looking for was he was a traitor. If you told the story of his giving the plans to West Point over in exchange for becoming a British general officer, that was great. That was great. Okay, name 3 foreign individuals. That immediately eliminates France, Spain, and the Netherlands. They aren't individuals, they are countries. However, I accepted, welcome, the King of France, the King of the Netherlands, or the King of Spain, because they did help. I also said Lafayette, and you had to tell what they did. Those people sent supplies. King of France actually signed an alliance. Lafayette, remember he was a field general. Von Steuben gave the army discipline, taught them how to fight in the European style. Pulaski taught the Americans how to fight as cavalry on horseback. Only one cavalry, thank you. We only had one person attacking at the hill where Christ died. Kosciuszko built the fortifications at West Point. De Grasse, with his fleet coming over at Yorktown, Hans Solomon, with raising the money, and they didn't put it down here with the fire that went in there right away. You could have also put down Rochambeau, leading that other army that was along with George Washington. All right, cool. Let's see here. What advantage would the British have gained by taking New York? Omar.
The British could have gained advantage of separating Boston. No, it was separating Boston from the other American colonies. So as they did this, Boston would be cut off, and as other colonies, all the tax revolted.
I almost agree with you. Except Boston doesn't touch New York. It was bigger than Boston. New England would be cut off, and they could defeat that area first. All right. Whom was Thomas Paine describing when he wrote of the summer soldier and the sunshine patriot? Cha-cha, you look like you want this one, babe. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot. Who is he talking about? The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot. Who is Thomas Paine describing? Who was the last part? They fight in the summer and then what? Still listening. Okay, they fight in the summer. We got that, but I didn't hear why they just fight in the summer. Camouflage phase. Yeah.
Oh, well, because like they were called like the summer soldier and like the sunshine soldier because they only fight in the summer because they have to like plant or whatever and like it's spring and fall and then like
Right, they planted and harvested in the spring and fall. They would fight in the summer, and then nobody really fought in the winter, so they were only good in the summer. Summer soldiers, sunshine patriots. Explain how Lord Cornwallis was caught in a trap. Gustav.
Lord Cornwallis was caught in a trap because he backed himself on the Yorktown Peninsula, expecting the British Navy to protect him by sea and bombard the French and Americans on the peninsula. But a French fleet, came from up north, from the North Sea, and the French and the sailors were really strong, so they arrived 2 weeks early, so they just walked in Yorktown Peninsula.
Okay, so he was surrounded, had to surrender. Okay, who's got a fantastic example of power?
Americans start a revolution against the British overthrow the government.
That's all right. Okay. One I don't want you to use is don't confuse using power with being motivated and doing something because of power. Remember, it was like I said with the money. If you have a $5 bill, that's great, but that's not motivated by money. If you spend a $5 bill, you're not motivated by money, you're motivated by whatever you buy. So that doesn't work. If, however, I offer you a job and say I'll pay you $5 to do something and you take it, then you're motivated by money. Same thing is true with power. If you have money, George Washington had an army. If you use power, Johnny Burgoyne took back Fort Ticonderoga. Those aren't examples of someone motivated by power. So don't use battle. Remember, don't use the 9 dates either. Okay, cool. What else have we got here? Give me an example of land. Bowl me over. I want to be bold. I want to be bold. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I was just testing a little.
All right. Let's hear it, babe.
I got this wrong, but George Washington fortified Dorchester Heights.
George Washington fortified Dorchester Heights. What?
In the land.
For the land? If you wanted Dorchester Heights.
So, yeah, so to keep the command of the fire
That doesn't explain to me really that it's land. Right. Gustav, you want to tackle another one?
Yes. An example of land is Washington fortifying the Dorchester Heights with a fire down. That's what he did. An example of land is the Hudson River. The British cannot swim through it. It was later discovered that there are 9 currents that are going in different directions.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused there. You got 9 currents going in the Hudson River? That was way down in South Carolina. We had the currents.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. Say the whole thing again.
An example of land is the Hudson River. The British could not swim through it. It was later discovered that there are 9 currents that are going in different directions.
No, the Hudson River is in New York. The 9 currents are in South Carolina.
Between the Isle of Palm.
They are hundreds of miles apart. Okay. And just saying an example of land is a river that wouldn't do it. You have to give me specific people doing a specific action. Like we said with religion, when we get religion again, you can't say an example of religion is Islam. Well, that is an example of a religion, but that's not specific people doing a specific action because of religion, motivated by religion. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah.
Could you say the British trying to get a new salvation?
I would probably not say trying. You could say British attacking. That's an answer. Trying's kind of wimpy. I said I don't want battles after this, but I'd probably let it sneak by. Okay, here we go. All right, cool. Give me a state, babe.
Rhode Island.
Spell it out.
RHO. Capital RHODE. Space. Capital ISLAND.
Cool. Give me another one.
Uh,
Really? We only have one. You're confused with number 2.
Massachusetts.
All around.
Oh, capital M A S S A C H U S E T T S.
Cool. Give me another one.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, which one do you recommend I use?
I don't care.
Should I do it? Okay. Delaware. D capital D E L W A R E.
Sorry, no.
Oh.
You left something out of there, didn't he?
Yes.
C E L A W A R E.
You left out the first A there, baby. Okay, give me another one.
Maryland, capital MARYLAND.
There's still one person, I don't remember who it is, who is insisting on turning Mary Land into two words.
Yeah.
Please stop doing that. Okay. Sawyer, give me another one, babe.
New Hampshire.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, S-H-I-R-E.
Good man. Come on, Kenji. We need state, Kenji. Okay. Hit it, Omar.
Connecticut, capital C.
No, you can do
Capital
this.
C, capital O, M.
Eh.
Capital C, O, M, M, E, C, T, I, C, U, T.
Yeah, okay, give me another one. Okay, Claire Bear, give me another one.
New Hampshire,
You already did New Hampshire.
capital N-E-W, capital H-A.
No, you already did New Hampshire.
Oh, we did? Okay. Virginia, capital V-I-R-G-I-N-A.
Okay. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Hit it, Riley Rider.
Pennsylvania, capital P-E-N-N-S-Y-L-C-A-N-I.
Okay, we got 3 left.
Me.
Go ahead. Abdul Rahman.
Did we do New York, right?
We did?
Do we need New Jersey?
No.
Okay. Capital N-E-W space capital J-E-R-S-E-Y.
2 left.
I have a question.
Yep.
I spoke Pennsylvania was one
I didn't? Write it out 10 times and we will forgive you for your sin. Pennsylvania, capital P-E-N. That's one L. No, there's 2 P's. There's 2 L's. Remember, it's William Penn, P-E-N-N. I probably can't read your writing. I'm just being generous. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got going. Oh, you are evil. Look at this. Look at this, you awful child. I'm not taking out points. But never again. After this, I come over to your house at 19 you would say.
Just a stick? What on a metal, and what on a scissor block?
Okay, wait, we got 1 left.
Me.
Yep.
Capital S-O-U-T-H space capital C-A-R-O-L-I-N-A.
Cool. All right, here. And this is the year that the Declaration of Independence was signed, making the United States a separate nation. You got it. Okay, 1492. What happened? What happened, Riley? Yeah, okay. Lots of people, again, trying to be politically correct and not saying, oh my gosh, we can't say he discovered the New World. Said he was credited with discovering the New World. No, that didn't happen until years afterwards. They thought he was in Asia. So in 1492, he wasn't actually credited with discovering the New World. Yes. Why don't you? Okay. And Leif Erikson and his band of Vikings became the first Europeans to sail to the New World intentionally in what year?
1003.
You got it. What happened in 1619? JJ. The English colonies, but I only have one more thing to add in there. English colonies in North America. Okay, Phil II of Spain lost his great armada. Spain would never again be the most powerful country in Europe. Annalise, give me a date, babe. 45, huh?
Oh, 1588.
1588. Billy the Conqueror and his Norman army defeated the Saxons and started the modern country of Angolan. Colbert.
1066.
You got it. What happened in 1215? Okay, when was Jesus born? Okay, Jamestown, first permanent English settlement in North America, was founded. And although sometimes confused, these are not actually figs. What are they, Sawyer?
Wait.
Eggs.
Oh, boy. All right, Gustav. They're dates. See, figs and dates can be confused. The little fruity things.
Yeah.
I didn't take off if you didn't.
They
get
have
dates.
the big, I mean, little.
Eggs have no food.
Okay, cool. What do we got? Yes, sir.
Well, I got it wrong, and then I had the word egg.
Yes, I was trying to clue you in. Get you on the clue bus, buddy.
Oh.
You helped me do that one.
Okay, you can shut that down. Okay, tiny people, you've been asking questions about notes and such, and we're gonna go off in a different kind of a direction. So we did the test today. You don't have any homework to put anything over the weekend. Your homework is get the test signed. I wanna have them back on Monday. Sawyer,
Yeah.
write it in your assignment notebook right now. Okay? All right, so it's gonna come back on Monday, no other time. Then, after that, we're gonna do some little independent lessons that won't require doing notes ahead of time. So we're gonna do something a little bit different for the next week or so, and then we've gotta jump into exam review fairly shortly after that. And then there's, hey, exam.
No.
Okay, you can shut that down now. A lot of people